Hi, I'm Shannon. I've got a quick video here for you to show you how to use the TruCatch Humane traps if you're going to be trapping community cats, outdoor cats, to get them spayed or neutered. So I really like these traps because they're galvanized. There's plastic coating on all the metal, so they last longer and kind of nicer and safer for the cats. If you go to StrayAid out of Wilton Manors, their website, strayaid.org, I believe, they will have other videos with different traps that show you how to line them with newspaper, how to use catnip bombs. Those are really good videos to watch. Those ladies, I mean, they've got it going on. They've been trapping cats for years, and they really know how to do this. But for these cages, these traps particularly, I just want to show you how to use them since they're different than what StrayAid has in their videos. So the important part about this is the back side that has this little latch. This is the back door, I call it. They come with a D-ring. You want to make sure that there's a D-ring on there and it's connected at all times while you're trapping. You can take it off to get it cleaned up, set up, things like that. But what this is when you trap a cat, it freaks out, and cats are very smart. They're going to try and escape anytime they can, and they'll get their paw under here, and if this catch doesn't naturally stay behind where it's supposed to, it'll come up, and if the D-ring's not there, they can lift this whole door and the cat can get out. So the D-ring is important, so make sure that's connected. I actually did have a community cat get out because I didn't check that. So the front door where we trap the cats it's important to know you have to have your hands free because you have to use two hands to do this so the cats can't get themselves out on their own. You lift these two rings and then the door will open. If the rings are down, it can't open. So that is being smarter than the cats. When the door opens, it has this little 90-degree bent piece at the top of it, and then there's a little lever on the inside, and all you're going to do is marry them up so they rest on each other. And what that does is this bar on the inside is turning, and then the door is catching it, and they're holding each other up, and then that's what's activating the pressure plate in the back. So when you get your trap in place, you want to make sure that little lever piece is at the lowest part of the door, because if you have a smaller cat or a kitten, they don't weigh very much, and so that makes it so that the trigger plate is it'll get set off with the lightest weight. But if you have it pushed really high, then it's only like a fat cat will trigger it, and the cat will sit there and eat everything while you're watching it, and they'll walk right out of the trap like they had thanks for the dinner. So I've had that happen too. So get it set so that it's the most sensitive, and then you'll get some sort of little container. You can cut the bottom of a Solo cup off. You can any little plastic container, nothing fancy, nothing metal. These are Meow Mix food containers that I fed the cats with it, and then I saved the containers. Going green, recycle. But you can put like just a spoonful of food in here, get stinky gravy, Friskies with the gravy, or something with fish. A lot of experienced trappers say that fried chicken works really well for community cats. So sardines didn't really work for me, but some people say that it's so stinky it pulls the cats in. But get a little container, and you're gonna put it just inside the back door, as close to the back door and as far away from the trigger plate as you possibly can, so that the cat has to get drawn in further and they will touch the trigger plate to eat. So what happens is I usually have these covered with a sheet or a towel or something, and cats have to be able to see all the way through, so don't cover this back side. If you have a blanket over it and the back is covered, a cat won't go in it because they're just wary of it. So whatever you have, only cover this part. And so when the cats go in, they'll smell the food, they'll look around, they'll be nervous, but when they finally go in, they'll come in and out a few times. When they finally go in, they'll start eating when they feel comfortable, and then the minute they touch this trigger plate here, the door comes down. And the way it's set up is the cat is far enough in that it won't pinch their tail or catch them or anything like that. So it's very safe. I really like these traps. And it doesn't make a lot of noise like some of the other ones that like really snap down. So that's how you trap the cat. Now the thing is if you don't already have it covered when you use the trap, that's fine. You have to be nearby and you need to cover it, because when a cat is in the trap, it's going to freak out and it's going to try and escape. It's going to shove its little face in all of these little grooves, and if you leave them in there too long, they get really bloody right here on their face because they're trying to escape. They'll try and lift things. They'll freak out. So the sooner you can cover them, move them to whatever vehicle you're going to transport them in. I put them in the trunk of my car. I make sure I line the back of my car with plastic I got from Home Depot or Lowe's, up the sides of my back of my car and everything. I put the traps in there, I close the trunk as long as the temperature's not too bad. Florida, we don't have to worry about it. You can put them in there while you're waiting for the other cats to get trapped. So, but keep them covered and they calm down. Now, once you get the cats to your house, because you have to keep them overnight, not feed them any more food. Whatever is in the bowl, if they eat that, that's fine. But, and they'll knock it all over and they're gonna be so upset they're not gonna eat anyway. But once you get them to your house, if you have a garage, keep them in your garage. If you bring them in your house, do not put them in a carpeted area, because these cats are outdoor cats. They have fleas, and you don't know what diseases they have if you have pets of your own. So if you do have to bring them in the house to keep them overnight because you don't have a garage, then put them in your bathroom and shut the door. Keep them covered. You can put the cages right next to each other. Just remember that put something underneath it, like put some plastic bags or trash bags or more plastic liner down, because they will possibly pee through the night. They might pull things up, pull the blanket into their trap. They do that all the time. But just don't put them on your carpeted space, because you'll never get the fleas out of your house. And so the next day when you take them into the clinic, wherever you're going, you'll turn them over, and then they'll tell you when to come back. When you pick them up, you should keep them for 24 hours, because after cats have anesthesia, they can't regulate their temperature for a while, so it's dangerous to just let them go. And plus, you want to make sure if they had some sort of incision that it's healed up and they don't bleed like crazy. So what you'll do is you'll bring them back and you keep them either in your garage or your bathroom. But this time around, you can get another one of these little cups and you can give them food and water. Just be very careful. Don't undo the latch all the way. Just figure out the cat might try and lunge, but you want to try and the cat will probably try and stay away from you. They'll stay at this end of the trap. So you could just slide in the food and water. Just lift it only as much as you need to put it in. And then leave the cats alone. Don't mess with them. You're stressing them out. Just cover them, leave the room. They will eat. Check back in a couple hours in case they ate all their food. You can give them more, because after the surgery, it's fine. So once you keep them overnight for the second time, you can take them back to where you caught them. And what I was taught was that you need to release them in the exact same spot that you trapped them. So wherever the trap was, it was behind a certain tree or a bush. Wherever that cat was caught, if you can remember, take it right to that spot. And when you release the cats, that's when you take the D-ring off. So to release the cats, you set the trap down. You don't want to stand at the end where the lid is. Take the D-ring off and just lift it and angle it out, and you walk away and the cat will take off. There's been a few times where cats kind of like, they're unsure of it, they don't know if they should leave, they'll eventually just take off. And but this door lifts and angles, so you don't have to worry about it. If for some reason you catch a creature like an opossum or a raccoon or something that you don't want to have to deal with, you can always let them go this same way, or if you don't want to get near it, you can kick the trap over, and when it's upside down, this door opens up automatically and the animal will walk out. So if it's an animal you don't want to get near, then you would just flip it over. You can kick it with your feet gently, and get it to flip over. So that's how you can get rid of like raccoons and opossums. But also, this little plastic piece is here to protect your hand. Be careful, because animals try to come up and get you. So I hope that answers all your questions, and I hope that my cats have entertained you as this video goes on. But again, strayaid.org out of Wilton Manors, Florida has some amazing videos for other things that you can do to your traps and things to do when you're trapping feral cats. But good luck with trapping. Don't get frustrated. Really appreciate that you're doing it, and it's really helping out. So thank you.